Happy Friday, everybody. It's the one and only James Rule XRP, the crypto teacher. You know, I don't recommend you buying or selling anything. I don't give financial advice. Let's make it fun today. I'm drinking a cup of community coffee, medium roast, made next door in Louisiana. I live in Texas. I love the coffee. It gets me going in the morning. It's going to be an awesome day. I got up early this morning. I have a lot of tabs open on my MacBook. And let's go. Today's episode is sponsored in part by Caleb and Brown. I have an affiliate link, and this is for the crypto newbies and the OGs out there like myself. Caleb and Brown allows you to contact a one-on-one crypto broker 24/7, 365, and there is no charge to do that. There's no charge to sign up. They have massive liquidity for the next bull run. You don't have to worry about a centralized exchange like Coinbase or whatever crashing on you. Caleb and Brown makes this happen, and they are XRP friendly, baby. Check them out. I have an affiliate link. It is catered to the XRP community. It's free to sign up and only takes a few minutes. Check it out and tell them James Rule XRP sent you by. Let's take a look at the numbers. Coin Paprika market cap $2.399 trillion. We have seen some green. Bitcoin went up to 68,000. It's currently at 67,842. Ethereum's at $2,627. Solana, 153. XRP, right at 55 cents. Cardano, Stellar, HBAR, VeChain, Algo, Quant, Flare, XDC, blah, blah, blah. There's so many out there to choose from, and you really have to be patient, and you really have to understand why these blockchain ecosystems were created and how they are changing the world today and how they're going to change the world tomorrow. Do your research. This is a couple of handfuls of the ones I currently have in my portfolio. Not financial advice. Let's go ahead and get after it. Now, this morning, I posted I was talking about John Deaton's campaign. I was talking about donating 3 times to the campaign. And what happens? Well, the scammer right here, this is a scam. Breaking Brad Garlinghouse announces a $100 million XRP giveaway. No, don't do it. There's a link here. This is a picture of the scam. What they're doing, they're enticing you to click on a link, give these scammers your XRP, thinking that you're going to get back 100 times or 10 times or double the amount that you sent them. It's not going to happen. And there's so many newbies out there that are FOMOing, having the fear of missing out, thinking if I do this, I'll have just as many XRP as my sister, my brother, my mom, my dog, my hamster, whatever. Don't do it. It's a scam. I have reported it. I have tagged Brad Garlinghouse and Ripple because they will never give away free XRP if you send yours to an unknown wallet. Don't do it. I have blocked and reported this idiot, or whoever the idiot is. Let's keep going. All right. So this week there were 2 debates with John Deaton and the nasty Elizabeth Warren in Massachusetts. Elizabeth Warren is an evil, corrupt woman. You'll have to watch the videos yourself. John Deaton just wiped the floor with her ass. I mean, I have so much respect for John Deaton. He's out there. He's to the point. He don't give a fuck. He will debate. He will cut in. He don't give a damn because he knows what Elizabeth Warren and Gary Gensler and the SEC and all this bullshit is happening. And, you know, Elizabeth Warren, I'm not going to really get deep into it, but she wouldn't even really dig into Gary Gensler or crypto. She would always bitch and moan about, 80 or 90% of John Deaton's campaign contributions have come from crypto. Well, you know what? I live in Texas, people, and everything is bigger in Texas. I say, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I'm going to get me a sip of coffee. So over the past several months, I've donated 3 times to John Deaton's campaign, Deaton for Senate. And it was not in crypto, Elizabeth Warren. Vote this evil woman out of Senate. If I lived in Massachusetts, I would vote for John Deaton. Do the right thing, people. All right, let's look at a couple of articles. It was announced yesterday that the SEC is appealing the challenge that Ripple sold unregistered securities to banks and blah, 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 blah. But it's not going to affect the status, the non-security status of XRP. Right here it says that Ripple's chief legal officer, Stuart Alderodi, emphasized that the SEC's Form C doesn't appeal the ruling that XRP is not a security. If you're new to this, July of last year, the judge deemed XRP not a security. I repeat, July of 2023, the judge ruled XRP not a security. Let's look at the article. The SEC's latest appeal in its case against Ripple doesn't change the court's ruling that XRP is not a security. On October the 16th, the SEC filed a Form C civil appeal with a pre-argument statement against certain aspects of the court's summary judgment in favor of the defendants of its XRP rulings. The appeal, shared by Ripple's defense attorney, James Filan, he's always getting it out there for the XRP community. Thank you very much, James K. Filan. On October 17th, asked the court to review its decisions regarding Ripple's XRP sales on exchanges, as well as personal XRP sales by Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse and co-founder Chris Larson. Court's ruling on XRP status remains intact. Ripple's chief legal officer, Stu Alderodi, commented on the SEC's appeal on X, formerly Twitter, emphasizing that the SEC's Form C doesn't appeal the ruling that XRP is not a security. Quote, "The decision stands as the law of the land," Alderodi wrote, adding that Ripple is prepared to file its own Form C next week. So yes, this Ripple case is going to drag on until 2025. But you know what? XRP is deemed not a security. Don't worry, because the next major bull run event or whatever happens is going to increase the value of pretty much everything you hold in your wallets. Here's Stuart Alderodi. If you hear some banging going on, my neighbors are digging a huge pond and there are dump trucks coming through and the banging and banging, so just bear with me. According to the filing, the SEC's appeal addresses allegations against Garlinghouse and Larson, arguing that the executives violated securities laws by offering and selling XRP, that they aided and abetted Ripple's violations of those provisions. The appeal questions the court's decision to grant partial summary judgment in favor of the defense. So blah, 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 blah. It keeps going. And they state that this thing is going to drag on until possibly July of 2025. Because Ellie Terrett with Fox Business had a great conversation with Stu Alderodi. And this is pretty much a quick rundown. The SEC's last day to file the form had already happened. 7 days later, Ripple will file its own Form C. Both parties will then agree on a briefing schedule, and the SEC then has up to 90 days to file its first brief, 3 months. Alderodi says he expects them to take the full 90 days. Of course, the SEC for the last 4 years dragging their fucking feet. The opening brief will be a full recitation of all of the legal arguments that the SEC will be making. So basically what happened, Ripple has already agreed to pay the SEC $125 million for their violations. The SEC, the greedy little bastards in the U.S. government, are demanding more. They're trying to stretch this case out. But you know what? There are a lot of things going on behind closed doors in the United States. I was on a Twitter Spaces yesterday chatting with an individual. I'm not going to mention any names, but he has contacts with members of Ripple, members of government, and he tells me that there are things going on behind closed doors that the public does not know about, and I can't wait for these all to come to fruition, whatever they are. So be patient. XRP is not a security. Now, Ripple's CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, was interviewed by Tony, Thinking Crypto. Thank you very much, Tony, for the awesome interview out at during Ripple's Swell. Now, Brad Garlinghouse states that XRP will be one of the crypto winners. We're going to look at this article written by Leela Jima on the Crypto Basic. Thank you very much. It says, Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, expresses confidence that XRP will be one of the crypto industry's winners thanks to the token's payment utility. Do your research. XRP for payments. XRP used around the world. The Ripple CEO made the assertion during an interview yesterday on the Thinking Crypto podcast. During the interview, Garlinghouse commented on different topics relating to XRP ETFs, Ripple's upcoming stablecoin, or LUSD, and U.S. crypto regulations. Gary Gensler's got to go. SEC gave ETH edge over XRP XRP through its involvement. He emphasized that the United States government should not pick winners and losers in the crypto market. Garlinghouse stated that XRP was the second most valuable asset before the SEC's involvement in crypto regulation. So yes, end of 2017, early 18, during the bull run, XRP was number 2. It was Bitcoin, and then it was XRP, people. The Ripple CEO suggested that the regulator helped Ethereum overtake XRP as the second biggest cryptocurrency by market cap in 2018 when it weighed in on whether ETH is a security. Recall that William Hinman, the former director of SEC's corporate finance, labeled ETH a non-security at the Yahoo Finance Conference in 2018. 2 years later, the regulator sued Ripple for violating federal securities laws with its sales of XRP. Quote, the SEC gets involved and puts upward pressure on ETH and downward pressure on XRP. Those things eventually got sorted out over a long arc of time, Garlinghouse remarked. XRP will be one of the crypto winners. Another sip of coffee. I agree 100%. XRP is my biggest holding, not financial advice. Good coffee. Sorry if you heard me swallow. Nonetheless, he indicated that XRP will still emerge as one of the winners of the crypto market. According to him, XRP's regulatory clarity introduced through Ripple lawsuit will help the token stand independently. Notably, Garlinghouse said the 7th biggest cryptocurrency offers a compelling use case for payments due to its speed, low cost, and scalability. He emphasized that the crypto industry will have multiple winners in the long term, with XRP being one of them. His comment suggested that XRP's utility and payments alongside its regulatory clarity will eventually make it one of the crypto market's winners. I'll leave a link to Tony's interview with Brad Garlinghouse. Like I said, thank you very much, Tony Edward. Follow him at Thinking Crypto 1 on X. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. He's interviewed Hester Peirce. He's interviewed CEOs, venture capitalists, Brad Garlinghouse, many others out there. He also talks about will the SEC block the XRP ETF? SEC is a rogue agency. I'll leave this article below, as I do on everything I cover in my videos. Let's keep going. Okay, MoonPay. Now, MoonPay gives you an opportunity to convert, say you attach your debit or credit card, you could purchase XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever. They are going to be one of the recipients or one of the first companies to use RLUSD, the real USD stablecoin created by Ripple, whenever it goes live and whenever it gets regulatory clarity. Well, it was announced yesterday that 60 million Venmo users in the United States can now buy crypto XRP using MoonPay. Congratulations, MoonPay. They have contacted me. I've been chatting with them, talking about things. You know, you have to KYC. Whenever you sign up for MoonPay, you'll KYC, you'll download the app, all that good stuff. Congratulations. This is massive, people. Coming up today at noon Eastern, Friday, today, the first Web3 bank on the XRPL, Monerex Official, at Monerex Official. There's going to be a Twitter Spaces today, or an X Space today with Matt Leddy, the token development officer for Monerex. Check this out. The man who generated over $2 billion in on-chain volume today, October the 18th, at 12 noon Eastern. Check it out. I'll be working, but I'm going to pop in and join the conversation. Let's go, baby. XSPECTAR contacted me this morning. Dirk contacted me this morning. Dirk is the founder and CEO of XSPECTAR. Check this out. This is big. We're thrilled to launch and mint in the groundbreaking collaboration with the legendary Alpine brand. Together, we're bringing Alpine_Web3. It's the Alpine F1 team. Hello. Iconic cars to the XRP ledger as drivable assets in the XSPECTAverse. You know, the XSPECTAverse is incredible. I have about 36 plots in the XSPECTAverse in Tokyo. And you're going to be able to communicate. You're going to be able to interact. You're going to be able to drive these cars. You're going to be able to sell things. You're going to be able to advertise things in this huge XSPECTAverse. And it's coming up, people. It's coming up. Only 888 Alpenglow hypercards will be available in this exclusive mint from XRP Cafe. More to come. Okay, this is big. Chris sent me a message today. Coming up this morning, there's going to be another X or Twitter Spaces talking about the XRP Wallet Reserves. Now, if you didn't know, if you have your cryptocurrency on a centralized exchange, and whenever you go to set up your own XRP wallet, you know, when you custody your own crypto in your own personal wallet, 10 XRP are going to be required for you to create this account. Now, trust lines, which you'll learn about more, most of you already know about, require 2 XRP reserves. Now, the XRP ledger enforces a minimum balance requirement. This introduces a financial cost that limits widespread spam and malicious attacks, ensuring the network remains manageable and efficient. XRPL 365, Chris, my good friend from London, a developer on the XRP ledger, will be hosting today's spaces. This is the link at 2 p.m. today. I'm sorry, it's this afternoon at 2 p.m. after the Monerex spaces. XRPL account reserves, the issue, and potential solutions. Be sure to tune in at 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern today. Finally, I wanted to bring this up. Perianne Boring with the Digital Chamber of Commerce. She was on Mornings with Maria, and she gets this out there that the Democratic crypto witch hunt has driven companies out of the United States. And I'm going to end the video with this video. It's about 6.5 minutes long, or 8 minutes. Watch it in its entirety. They talk about a lot. They talk about different things. Perianne Boring, I have met her. I met her in Austin several years ago. She's an incredible individual that's fighting for crypto rights in the United States. She's rubbed shoulders with members of Congress and all the above. But yeah, she was on Fox Business yesterday. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Be sure to like and share with your friends. Everyone have an awesome weekend and do the right thing, because I told you so.
Welcome back. Crypto could play a big role in this year's election, with the voting bloc growing on both sides of the aisle. A new poll conducted by the Digital Chamber in partnership with X and Y finds 1 in 7 likely voters say crypto is a key issue for the 2024 election. Joining us now is the Digital Chamber founder and CEO, Perianne Boring. Perianne, great to see you.
Great to be here, Mike.
Thank you so much for being here. Tell us about the crypto voting bloc and what you've learned.
I would love to introduce America to the crypto voter bloc, because I think most people have underestimated the power of crypto at the polls. We're releasing our national survey today, and we found that 1 in 7 active voters, not registered voters, these are the people most likely to show up to the polls, are saying that crypto will play a significant influence in who they are going to vote for at the polls, both for the president as well as for congressional seats.
I know a couple of months ago, President Trump spoke at the big crypto conference over the weekend. Do those people who are part of the people that you've surveyed, are they looking at policy changes from a President Trump or policy changes from a potential President Kamala Harris?
To be honest, I think the bar is so low at this point for what the industry feels like they need from its government. The past 4 years, we have set the industry back at least a decade here in the United States. We have had an extremely aggressive regulation by enforcement regime. You've had really a witch hunt, and it has driven crypto companies investors and innovators outside of the United States. Businesses need regulatory clarity, they need regulatory certainty, and it really shouldn't be that difficult. Donald Trump has made a number of very comprehensive campaign promises to create a regulatory framework so the United States can lead in this space. We really have not seen anything meaningful from the Harris campaign, despite repeated pleas for that.
Mark, how do you see it?
Well, I mean, what we have seen from the Biden-Harris administration is that the bill that you were behind, the most crypto-friendly bill ever, they just vetoed, right? And now all of a sudden she's going to sidestep and pretend like maybe she's a fan of crypto. Look, one of the things that I mentioned during the break here, I don't know if this is true or not, but just to kind of put in perspective the potential size of this crypto voting block, somebody made a comment, there are more people in the U.S. that own crypto than dogs. And if that is true,
wow,
that's a pretty remarkable amount of people.
I'm having a hard time believing that.
The last comprehensive study was done in January of this year by Coinbase, and they said 52 million Americans own cryptocurrency today. And that was released in January. And of course, the spot Bitcoin ETFs launched a couple weeks after that, and we've had record inflows, billions of dollars of inflows into the ETF since. So I actually think that's a conservative measure.
Wow. Ooh. So you're right, Mark.
Yeah. Wow. That's incredible.
That is.
Can you help us with the profile just real quick? Who's the profile? Who's buying crypto? Are they more conservative, more liberal? Do they trust government? Do they distrust government? What's the profile?
This is a nonpartisan thing, and that's really what we showed in our study, is that both Republicans and Democrats actually surveyed very, very similarly. So people all across the aisle are investors in cryptocurrency. I do think it is younger generations. 60% of crypto owners are Gen Z and millennials. And interestingly, 4 out of 10 Black Americans are very pro-crypto, and crypto will be a determining factor at the polls for Black Americans.
Well, that poll found that voters believe former President Trump has a more supportive crypto stance than Vice President Harris. He's leading by 8 points. You just mentioned it. Last month, he stopped by at the crypto bar Pubkey in New York City. He used Bitcoin to pay for his burgers, and his family recently launched their own crypto project. The Trump campaign received $5 million in crypto donations during the third quarter of fundraising. And in August, I sat down with Trump at his club in Bedminster, New Jersey. Here's what he said about crypto.
You have to understand about crypto. Crypto is a very interesting thing, very high level in certain ways, intellectually very high level. But if we don't do it, China's going to do it. So we might as well be at the forefront. And there are people in crypto that are very, very smart people who do love our country, and they think it's good. Who knows? Maybe we'll pay off our $35 trillion, hand them a little crypto check, right? We'll hand them a little Bitcoin and wipe out our $35 trillion.
But how do you want it to be more prominent in America? How will that work?
Oh, it's going to work easily. It's already prominent. It's moving along. It's very loosely regulated. That's one of the reasons it's moving along. But it is a different form of a currency, and it's going to end up benefiting the country already. I mean, if you look at the market, it's bigger than many countries.
So, Perian, do you have clarity on what Trump wants to do with crypto and how he would use that in this economy?
Well, he's issued a number of he has a comprehensive policy proposal that he outlined during the Bitcoin conference earlier this year. Getting regulatory reform is really the most important because, again, the industry and the markets need regulatory clarity. Something new that he's recently said in your interview, your exclusive interview with him, he said maybe we'll pay off the $35 trillion in debt with cryptocurrency. He has not elaborated on what he means by that, but what I think it means is as you know, Bobby Kennedy has endorsed his campaign and teamed up with President Trump. Bobby Kennedy outlined a plan to buy 4 million Bitcoin, for the U.S. government to buy 4 million U.S. Bitcoin and use that to pay off the debt. Wow. And now Trump is it sounds like he's taking on Kennedy's proposal, which is why I believe the better Trump does in the polls and in the prediction markets, the more Bitcoin is soaring. And we're seeing that in the market significantly this week.
It's up to 66 and change again. Analysts at Bernstein Research say that Bitcoin is being driven by improving odds of a Trump election win. Crypto stocks, he said, forecasting a Trump victory. We were just looking at Polymarket, and it looks like the predictions have Trump in the lead. But what do you want to see in terms of the regulatory framework? I mean, what is it that's giving you pause in terms of the clarity?
Well, the issue businesses have in operating regulated crypto companies here in the United States is that fear of enforcement, particularly from Gary Gensler's Securities and Exchange Commission. We do not have regulatory clarity on which digital assets are under the SEC's jurisdiction. So companies have to guess. And if you guess wrong, they come after you with the full force of the United States government and the Department of Justice, which only very, very few companies have the funding to go up against lawsuits like that. And the most important crypto companies companies in the United States are all in the middle of very, very complex litigation against the Securities and Exchange Commission. I think with some very clear statutory definitions, which is what Congress is currently working on to clarify where the SEC's jurisdiction begins and ends, where the CFTC's jurisdiction begins and ends, how stable coins, which parameters they fit within the regulatory framework, and clarifying taxes would do a world of differences for businesses that want to build here in the United States.
Mark, this is one of the biggest issues that's stopping businesses from investing, a lack of clarity or too much regulation. Or, by the way, investigations. We were talking yesterday on this program about this op-ed in the Journal. Everyone is under investigation. And strategist Dan Clifton listed 41 companies with a wide range of business and market caps that they have in common. And what they have in common is that the Justice Department is reportedly investigating them. And that puts a freeze, whether it's a lack of clarity on crypto or investigations up the gazoo. This puts a freeze on business activity.
And Dan Clifton also, one of the other pieces of his research report is he mentioned that over 40% of the companies in the S&P 500 are under investigation by the DOJ, which is absolutely insane to really put that in perspective. And that is one of the reasons that big tech specifically, while that has normally performed well when the Democrat nominee is ahead, it's now become a Trump trade because Trump is viewed as anti-DOJ, and they're all under investigation, which is interesting.
He very famously said, cutting regulation is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So there you go. Perry Ann, great to have you this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. Perry Ann Boring there. Stay with